So much to my surprise, but also my delight, the first boss, or first new boss, is going to be coming to Grounded 2. AXL the Tarantula was actually showed off during the Gamescom Xbox segment today. So what I want to do in this video is I'm going to just show you the footage that was showed of it. It's going to show a little bit of the fight. They're going to talk about the boss, give my thoughts on it. If you find this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing. Let's jump right in.
Yeah, we'll talk afterwards, but speaking of foes and new enemies, I hear we have a new boss to look forward to as well. So can you tell me what this new boss is and why you guys are excited for players to take it on?
Happy to. So our new boss is a giant tarantula named AXL, who has gotten loose in the park. And this is what we're calling our first park boss. And you know, in Grounded 1, there was these really cool backyard bosses.
All right, so first impressions, this thing is absolutely massive. I think it's something like, it's like 3 times bigger than the wolf spider. I think that's what they say later on. It's like 16 times bigger than the player. So it's essentially a wolf spider on steroids. It is massive.
The brood mother, the mantis, and these were all, you know, really giant, terrifying foes. And so we knew we wanted to keep up that tradition.
gosh.
Yeah, look at this thing. It's terrifying.
As an example there, just look at the difference in size between the Orb Weaver buggy, which is pretty large in itself when you're riding it, and this boss here. This thing is absolutely enormous.
Right. We want to keep up that tradition, but because now you're riding buggies, what's giant and terrifying and monstrous has to scale in proportion to that. And so we really wanted to nail that like primal feature creature terrifying experience for players. And again, it was just the clear first choice for us was we have to bring that fantasy of the tarantula to life. That's where AXL was born.
And then we had to look at scale. I mean, like it is, I don't even know if you can tell from the footage we just showed
It looks
how
huge.
immensely huge this is. So the character in that footage is riding around on its own Orb Weaver spider, and the Orb Weaver looks teeny tiny compared to the tarantula, because it's about like 3 times bigger than a wolf spider, which is one of the largest creatures in Grounded 1.
And I think it's about 16 times bigger than the player. So
yeah,
it's
Now, if you've been in the arena, because I know people figured out how to get into the arena is enormous. It looks really cool, but the size of this thing, I can't even like imagine how, like I can imagine the wolf spider, and this thing is 3 times larger than it. And while honestly, the first look at it, it doesn't look that terrifying. I don't know if the colors on it, the bright colors on it kind of make it where I'm not like super intimidated by it, but knowing that it's a giant spider, it's going to be probably a pretty terrifying fight when we jump into it.
It's pretty massive.
It's massive. It's absolutely huge, and we think players will have a lot of fun with it. It's got its own arena. It's got its own like sort of like recipe and things that you've got to do in order to summon it and bring it in. But we think it's a pretty exciting boss.
Yeah, it looks huge and terrifying for sure. How did you guys land on the name AXL? That's so cute, for one. I'm guessing it's a pet tarantula as well that someone just found. Oh no.
So one of the best things about our franchise is it's set in the 90s. This one's set in 1992s and 1992, and so there's all this nostalgia around that era that means a lot to all of us. And AXL is actually a reference to Home Alone. In Home Alone, the older brother has a pet tarantula called AXL that gets loose. And so that's our little...
I think that's pretty cool. Calling back to the, because you know, like in the first game, they had battle toads and stuff laying around, and the Moldorf's castle kind of reminded me of like He-Man. So having a callback to one of the most popular movies of the early 90s is pretty cool.
Easter egg.
Yeah. I love that. I love that it makes sense in the world of Grounded 2, but also it's just a sick callback to real world movies and stuff.
There's a couple of more Home Alone references in the game, so around AXL, so I can't wait to see if the community catches them all.
Love it. Yeah. Well, let's get back to this big boss AXL, because I would love to hear some tips from you guys about taking him on. I'm terrified already, and I'm hoping I don't have to do it alone. But yeah, do you have any tips for players on taking them down?
Well, I mean, with basically any adventure in Grounded, you got to load up before, you got to prepare for whatever your adventure is going to be. You need to make sure you've got enough food and water and healing supplies. And then you're just going to have to go in and die a couple of times. Like, that's basically what's going to happen. He's got a lot of special attacks that are really cool, and you're just going to have to kind of learn that sequence, because there's also some stages to that boss fight as well. So once you've figured out the first one, you're going to have a couple of surprises for you. Figure out the second one.
So it sounds like this might be something like maybe an infected broodmother fight. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be you kill it and it comes back to life, but it sounds like actually most of the bosses in the first game did have hidden stages where, like, there's specifically like the broodmother, the hedge broodmother. After her health went down a certain amount, she would change up her attacks a little bit, and then once it got down to another certain amount, she would gain resistances and stuff like that. So it'll be really cool if there's like different attacks during the different phases.
A couple of surprises for you. Hopefully it'll keep players entertained for a while. And when they finally beat it, there's a lot of goods on the horizon there. You know, you can, like with everything in Grounded, you ultimately murder it and then turn it into fashionable attire. And that's exactly what
you wear your
do.
Trophies on your body.
Absolutely,
yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Make weapons and armor with that, maybe some furniture, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. You want to upholster something with that, and that's exactly what you can do here.
My advice would be, whether you're playing single player or with your friends, to bring a friend. Go with your Orb Weaver buggy.
Okay.
You know, hey, if you want to take it on alone, go for it. Become the stuff of YouTube and Twitch legend. But if you want to, you know, try to survive, bring your Orb Weaver buggy. It will come in handy immensely. The fight was designed with that in mind, and we had a lot of fun figuring out, okay, what makes fighting a giant creature on another giant creature a fun and unique experience.
All right, so just there they show one of the. It looks like it does the intimidating shout that the Orb Weaver can actually do now. Then also, I think the Broodmother and Infected Broodmother also do that. So that's probably, it looks like it stuns your character. Maybe you're going to have some kind of debuffs on top of that.
So we really hope that the players will get a kick out of the grounded style massive boss fight, but now on their own.
And then they're just burrowed underground, kind of like the Scorpions do. So I'm assuming it's going to go underground and then just pop up somewhere and possibly randomly just completely destroy you. So that's something the other spiders don't currently do. So that's going to be something new that this boss is going to be doing. The other spiders have not done previously.
Own, you know, impressive buggy mounts.
Nice. I can't wait to try it myself and die multiple times, no doubt. Very good. And Parker, you mentioned that there's some, you know, obviously our favorite thing about Grounded is getting the loot. My favorite thing is going and analyzing everything, breaking it down. Can you tell us a little bit about the spoils that we can expect from the Tarantula? Is there going to be some pieces in particular?
Absolutely. So a couple that spring to mind is there is an absolutely, as you would expect, massive bow that you can craft.
Okay.
It's sort of ridiculously large, but that's what makes it sort of charming, is that, like, you made it out of the biggest creature that's been in the yard so far, so it is ridiculously large. You can make yourself a new fancy chest to adorn your base
So that's huge. I think we can all agree we need bigger chests. Not being able to harvest the pine cones right now to make those bigger chests. Being able to make a big chest, hopefully it has like way more slots, maybe like double. That'd be great just to store stuff, especially because we'll probably be able to farm this boss. That means we can use a couple of those chests to stock up. And then the bow sounds really cool, like a huge bow that maybe it's slow to reload or something, but it does tremendous damage.
A little bit more stuff, as I recall.
That's
correctly,
correct.
And is of course again fashioned out of axle pieces. You can even make yourself a cool little throne. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. So yeah,
that's the one that I'm most in love with.
So like the Broodmother, there's going to be a throne, and also I'm pretty sure there's an armor set. So this boss is going to give us a weapon, an armor set, a throne, the ability to make a new chest. Obviously, you'll be able to make probably the wall mount and the stuffed version of it, although the stuffed version of it's going to be huge. So you're probably going to have to do a mega build to get this thing inside of it. But that's really cool that they're going to have pretty much everything you could possibly want from a boss drop in this fight. Maybe it'll even have a trinket as well.
And I can't wait to see how the community reacts to that, because it is a, you know, significantly impressive throne for a significantly impressive boss.
Yeah, big Spider King throne. That sounds great. I can't wait to see it. I hope it's fuzzy as well. The colors on it look so sick. I mean, I'm imagining your guys' offices are kind of just, do you just have tarantulas kind of like lying around, or any bugs and stuff? Like, that would be terrifying.
Our art director makes these massive, you know, mood boards whenever we have a new insect. It's just like a wall of terrors. And we're like, okay, which of these is the most interesting terror to bring to life? And so when we were working on AXL, it was just all of these different tarantulas, and we're looking at them going, I didn't even know tarantulas came in those colors.
Yeah. Your dreams must be haunted, but no. Also, on top of the new boss and the new tarantula, I hear we've got.
So that's kind of where they ended talking about the tarantula boss. They go into some other stuff, which I'll probably make a separate video on. But I really just wanted to make this video on the boss because I'm honestly surprised they showed it off today. There was a post on their TikTok that they were going to show it on during their I think on like in PAX West in like September 1st. So the fact that they're showing today is encouraging. I think they don't end up giving a release date for it, but I think the fact that they showed it off, it looks like the arena is complete if you've been inside of it. Looks like the boss fight is fully fledged out. They're probably just doing some final testing. So I'm really expecting this update to happen sooner rather than later. Hopefully it happens in early September. Maybe it happens the day of PAX West. Maybe that's when they finally have it polished off and they say, here's the full fight. You can play the update today. I think in the next week or two, they're probably going to be working on performance improvements for people. I know a lot of people are still crashing and stuff like that. Definitely want everybody who wants to fight the boss to be able to fight the boss when it actually gets added to the game. So anyway, let me know what your opinions are on this boss, the new boss, the tarantula boss. Are you excited to fight it? Or are you terrified to fight it if you're afraid of spiders? I personally am not a huge fan of spiders, but honestly, the color palette on it makes it a little bit less intimidating than I was originally thinking it was going to be. But I'm still probably going to struggle with it because the boss fights in this game can be, especially in the first game, if it's like, I guess I'm kind of wondering what level of difficulty it's going to be. On one hand, we have early level gear. We don't have like the full progression. So I kind of thought it might be Broodmother level difficulty. But on the other hand, looking at the size of it, and they're talking about it has multiple phases and stuff like that, it might be a little bit more challenging. And perhaps over time, they'll scale it based on extra things that are added in the future. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to this update. I'm sure many of you are as well. If you found the video interesting, make sure to hit the like button. Consider subscribing for more content just like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.